Not here, not now, and not ever. This is the Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA, a look that takes you deep inside the game from a former player's perspective. The Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA, is broadcasting live from Pass and Stowe inside Citizens Bank Park and is brought to you in part by Puss in Boots Tavern, BCWSA, Septa, Penn Community Bank, Independence Blue Cross, and Pat Dion Beverages. We now go live to Citizens Bank Park for the Septa Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. Now, here are your hosts, starting pitcher from the 93 National League champion Phillies, Tommy Greene, and Phillies Director of Fun and Games, John Brazer.
All right, welcome to our first regular season Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA, live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park.
That's correct, that.
That is correct. I'm John Brazer, and the voice you just heard right there is my co-host all year, Tommy Greene. He of the 1993 World Series fighting Phils, also threw a no-hitter, and all-around great guy and a stud golfer.
Yeah, we got to get that back going again. We haven't played enough of that lately.
Yeah, we need to get that. Well, the tour is starting pretty soon. We're back.
We're back.
Right? We just got to get the weather. Weather next 3 days doesn't look
good at all.
We'll see. But, Tommy, we got a great show lined up today, despite the results of the last 2 days.
Yes, like I did. I gave you the once-over when you first come in here. I was sort of worried about you because I know how you roll a little bit. Yeah.
Well, luckily yesterday, and I'll get into it, but yesterday I was so busy running around. I was on Jason Kelsey's Fletcher Cox duty.
Yes.
So I was running around like a madman.
Your security.
I had a great day, but I literally did not. I sat and watched the game, I think about the seventh inning, and it was by that time it was already game in hand.
Gone.
So, but, yes, we'll talk about the two games.
Yes.
Mostly, well, I guess it would be
we won't talk about them too long.
Yes. We've got some few positives that come out of that.
Yeah.
We're also going to talk about the history of opening days since we've opened up the ballpark. Tommy, it is the 20th anniversary of Citizens Bank Park. That's crazy to think about.
That's amazing,
right? And it's the oldest National League. It's the oldest park in the National League East.
And that just makes me feel old.
Yes.
Because it seems like yesterday I was sitting when it opened. That year it opened, I come back up and saw it, and I was like, oh, my God, this place is unbelievable.
And it's held up 20 years, and the ballpark looks great. It looks better than the new ballparks in the National League East.
I agree.
I mean, it really does hold up well. So, and we're going to be celebrating. The Phillies will be celebrating the 20th anniversary. There's all kinds of merch in the New Era's team store.
Yeah, I want to hear about that. I know you're on top of that stuff.
Yep, there's going to be a lot of cool merch, a lot of Fanatic merch. There's going to be we're going to have a lot of vignettes up on the board throughout the season. Every business person special, we're going to have, it'll be basically flashback, and we're going to have somebody from one of those memories of Citizens Bank Park will take place in the first pitch, starting with April 12th. It'll be April 12th and every Citizens Bank business person special.
Yeah.
So April 12th, we have Randy Wolf. Randy Wolf
Wolfie
pitched in the first game at Citizens Bank Park back in 2004. So Randy Wolf will be on the mound again to commemorate the exact 20 years of Citizens Bank Park. So
I just wanted to, speaking commemorating, when are they going to come out with a shirt? It's for the Director of Fun and Games.
A shirt.
Like a golf shirt. I mean, like a well-deserved golf shirt you should have.
You think that the giveaway to fans, or they should just give it to me? Make one for me and give it?
I just think they should have a limited supply. There's nothing,
I like it.
I like that. There's something to.
Maybe a nice BC. What about
how
a
long
nice?
Have you been here now?
This is my 31st season.
Holy cow!
What about a
You're
nice?
About as old as you've worked here that's about my age.
I am. Well, put it this way. Other than Mike Harris, I am older than I've been with the Phillies longer than everyone else in my department has been alive. So that's saying something.
That's okay. I'm not going to say nothing about that.
No. Well, I think WBCB should come up with nice golf shirts for us.
I think it should be like FootJoys and something like that. Some good stuff.
Well, since we're golfing so much, right? We need to be visible and branding opportunity, right? So if we get a nice, no, we're not going that way. We're going Peter Millar right here.
Well, FootJoys are good too now.
All right, but my preppy style is Peter Millar. We'll get a nice preppy color.
I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way.
Little chartreuse. What do you think?
I don't roll that way, Braze.
All right. Well,
you know that too.
We will talk to the WBCB brass and see if we can get a golf shirt working here. I think our man Gus over here is nodding his head. He wants a golf shirt as well. All right. So we'll talk about the history of opening day. We'll talk about the roster. we'll go through the games, obviously. We're going to get you set up for today's game. And we have several guests today. We've got Scott Lauber, who we had last year a lot from the Inquirer. He is coming on to talk about the last 2 days and try to maybe I hope he's going to basically allow us to.
Was he down in spring training a lot?
He was.
Okay, that's some of the things we can talk about. I want to talk to him about.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the season, what he expects despite the last 2 days. We're also going to have Aramark's Jason Firestone.
Well, that's the guy.
So Jason is the guy. He's going to talk about all the food items that are going to be coming our way every Sunday when we're broadcasting here. We're hoping to broadcast from the CP Ranking Club down here, or on nice days. We could probably have done it today. Nice day out of the CP Rankin rooftop. It'd be kind of cool area. So,
but I like smelling the omelet station and stuff over here that's like by us over here.
I don't know
unbelievable.
I don't know if I do like smelling that because it's making me very hungry.
I had some bacon earlier, by the way.
You had some bacon?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I should come down early, not stay at my office.
Snooze you lose, pal.
I did. All right. So here's a little history of Citizens Bank Park. We opened in 2004, right? So for all the openers, not just home openers, but all the openers, okay? We are 9-12 since on the opening day, again, home or away, since Citizens Bank Park opened.
We need to get on a better trend.
Yeah, we are 6-7, I believe, in home openers here.
Yeah.
Against the Braves, just getting away from the 20 years.
Yeah.
Against the Braves, we're 4-7 versus the Braves on opening day since the franchise moved to Atlanta in 1966. All right, but I'm going to give you a little glimmer of hope. I saw a little. I'm trying to find a little positive. I'm trying to be
a little ray of sunshine.
Trying to be a fountain, not a drain.
Yeah.
But in 2009, we had our home opener against the Braves. We lost the first 2 games.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened in 2009?
Hey, beautiful things.
We went to the World Series.
Yes, we did.
But
that just goes to tell you, people, listen out there. It's just the first 2 games. Yeah.
Right. Now the Braves are pretty darn good. Let me just tell you what the Braves did in 2 days, right? In total. When you hear it in total, it's kind of downright scary, right?
My neck hurts a little bit watching.
They scored 21 runs in the last 2 days. They had 32 hits. 32 hits. That's a lot in 2 days.
A lot of our pitchers have got whiplash for some reason.
And now, to be fair, there was a lot of hard hit ones, but there was also yesterday there was just every ball that was just
put in play
was going in. So again, 21 runs, 32 hits, 10 doubles, 4 home runs.
Yes.
That is getting it done.
Yes, that's just like I said off the air. Yesterday was a good old-fashioned like country boy.
Right.
We refer to take you behind the woodshed and just give you a whooping. And that's what happened.
Yeah, now the funny thing is we got to their starters, right?
Yeah.
We actually did what we could do against Strider.
Yeah.
Strider was phenomenal, but he did give up the 2-run home run to Marsh.
We took advantage of a ball over the plate.
Right.
Yep,
and then yesterday, Max Fried, who's one of the top starters in the game.
Oh, we can talk about that too.
We got him. I mean, we knocked him out. Okay. He didn't even get out of the first inning.
Yeah, I know. That was what was so great about that. But did you see the pitch to Castellanos?
Right down the middle.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you, umpire.
Right down the middle, and
that changed the course of the inning.
That did. So, but their starters were not. I mean, they went 5 2/3 total, 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 5 walks, 9 Ks.
Yeah.
But their bullpen. The Phillies came in, a lot of people thinking we were, and again, 2 games in, but a lot of people thinking that we were the top bullpen in major leagues. Like if you looked at different websites, right, they would have us.
And the way we ended up for the most part of the year last year,
But the Braves bullpen went 12 1/3, only gave up 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 9 Ks.
Yeah.
So their bullpen got it done.
I don't know if you can count that high for ours.
Their hitting totally got it done. And the starters were mediocre at best, right, for those 2 guys.
Yeah.
And then just for us, our offense has been pretty weak, right? We scored 3 runs the first day, and then we scored 4 runs the other day. So
I mean, that's you credit the thing, pitching. Strider was good. He was good. He made a mistake. Marsh made him play.
Yep.
He hit like a 98, 99-mile-an-hour fastball out of the ballpark, but it was center cut.
It was.
It wasn't like he missed his location, and we made him pay that time. So, but that's the way the game was. That first game was unbelievably a good pitcher's ball game. Very, very well pitched early until we got in the later innings, and that's And the wheels on the bus sometimes happen. They come. The kids.
And going back
song.
going back to opening day is for that day, Strider.
Yeah.
We had. I love opening day. Opening day is like
everybody's ready.
I like to say it's like Christmas, your birthday, New Year's.
Yeah.
Throw in every holiday that you love, and it's opening day. Everyone gets a fresh start.
Yeah.
There's excitement in American flag.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
50 state flags, and you get the boys choir singing America the Beautiful. And then you got the flyover. Then you got Harry Callis' son, Kane Callis,
how about that
singing national anthem, and he sings an unbelievable national anthem right in front of his dad's statue. Then you do the lineups, and then when they got to Strider, and when they got to your old Snicker, your old manager.
Yeah, what a great guy too, man.
Because both those guys came out last year. Strider said he'd rather play in an empty stadium. Snicker said his wife and family aren't even coming to Philadelphia anymore because our fans are too mean.
Well, what's wrong with that? Hey, he's just trying to. It is what it is.
But the Philly fans heard him loud and clear, and they gave it to him.
Perfect.
Then you had little Zeke throughout the first pitch, a patient from Nemours Health, and then you had Charlie Manuel, which we kept as a surprise.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people probably speculated that, but to see Charlie come out there and do the first pitch. It was great.
Oh, he had a great time, too. It'd be the guy who called him, too, Bo.
And Larry Bo, his buddy,
yeah. It's unbelievable.
So there's probably nobody more beloved right now than Charlie Manuel.
Yeah.
He's I don't think he has to buy a drink or dinner anymore.
Ever.
Right. So again, the opening day was such a spectacular, and we had a beautiful weather. The sun was out. It was windy, but it was a beautiful day. Now, we did have to cancel the day before, but, powered through it.
Yeah.
Got a beautiful day. And then the game started off so well. It was a pitcher's duel. And then Brandon March gives us a 2-0 lead. The crowd is going nuts.
It's great game. It was a great game. Well-pitched ball game by both sides. One mistake. We always talk about that one mistake. We got a chance to do things. You keep yourself in a ball game, and then – holy cow. After that, it was just
right. Well, once Wheeler got taken out, and he went 6 innings, and then Strom came in, and Strom, who had a very good year last year, signed an extension. He struggled and gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 0 walks, 1 K.
Yeah.
Right now he's got a 54 ERA. He's going to have to work to get that one down.
Now, Brazer, we don't talk about the way they go about things in spring training, but people are asking me, what's the deal? They're talking about starting pitching and stuff like that. I said, I know as a starting pitcher, not looking for him to complete a game, but I think a starting pitcher has to be ready to throw at least 100 pitches coming out of spring training. That way there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Right.
Because it would have been awesome to have Wheeler go back out there for another inning, because that could change the dynamic for the rest of the game. Because that could bring now Hoffman might bring Hoffman in for the 8th, and he faces different,
right?
And that type of thing, and it just sets up things a little bit different.
Yep.
You might not even see Alvaro. You might see Sir Anthony. Yeah, you don't know.
And Hoffman was a bright spot in the bullpen.
Yes, it was awesome.
And Alvarado just had 0 command, 2 innings.
Yes.
2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 walks. Had nothing, no command whatsoever. And the Braves knew that.
Yeah.
Took advantage of it. And then Marte cleaned it up. So not a good game. All right, Tommy, we'll talk about the next game. And we'll talk about the season in general. Hopefully we're going to get Scott Lauber. I'm going to have to remind him to come down here. When I tell him that there's could potentially be food involved, Scott might be running down here.
He'll be ice skating on this floor, trying to stop.
He'll be starting ice skating. All right, coming up the show, hopefully we're talking to Scott Lauber. You're listening to the Baseball Insiders Show presented by BCWSA. We are live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park.
This is Tommy Greene from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for AutoPay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
At Penn Community Bank, our commitment to helping our customers and communities grow and thrive drives everything we do. Whether you are just starting out or setting new goals, we have the checking solutions that can flex to your needs at any life stage. And for a limited time, you can earn a $300 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offer subject to change. As for full details, member FDIC.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now is the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
With over 7,200 square feet of 200 brewers in stock at all times, Pat Dion Beverages now features 5 different flavors of their favorite slushy cocktails. You can also purchase all your wine, liquor, and other fine spirits right next door. Visit us on Facebook or online at patdionbeverages.com for upcoming events and samples from your favorite brewery or local food vendor.
We now return to Citizens Bank Park for the Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene and John Brazer.
It was Tommy Greene, and we got the smells of the food over here making omelets. I know you had some
I was
bacon
earlier. Hey, man, bacon. Everything's better with bacon.
By the way, happy Easter to everybody out there. It's funny. My family went to a pre-Easter dinner last night. I wasn't there. They went
Poor Braze.
They went to Easter Mass this morning. I wasn't there. And they went to afterwards. My mom, my
Easter
sister
brunch.
came in from Dallas, Texas. They're at Easter brunch right now. I'm not there.
Hey,
but I'm at the Phillies game. There is a positive.
There's a positive. You're at there, and you'll probably lose weight.
Yes, thank you, Tommy. Well, I won't, because after this, I'm going to go. Well, Jason Firestone's going to be bringing by some food afterwards, so I won't be losing weight. And then if he does, I'm still probably going to go over and get that. I'm staring at this omelet station for the last 20 minutes.
Down here.
I might be over there. All right, Tommy, we've got a guest right now. We got you heard him last year on our show a lot.
Oh,
Scott Lauber from the Inquirer. Scott, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. Did your fingers warm up a little bit?
Well, they just opened the windows up there, so check back with me in like the 5th inning. I might be a frozen solid by then.
So if Jason Firestone brings over some food, like a Schwarberger 2.0, would you be able to eat it with your fingers?
Not in the 5th inning, I wouldn't be. You better hit me up now. Not without some hot chocolate or something by then. So.
By the way, that's the we'll talk about this when Jason gets here. Did you see what the Schwarberger is? It's a fried egg on top.
I've seen a
that's
picture.
That's my type of.
I tell you what, when I was in college, we had a place called the White Spot down in Charlottesville, Virginia, and people would go in there late night, and it was basically a cheeseburger with a fried egg on top, and it was the best thing you could ever taste.
Greasy spoon,
at 2 in the morning.
man. That's what you want.
Yeah. We all have those college places, right? You know, I was actually just in Boston. I went to college there, and I was talking to somebody. How about this though? All those greasy spoon places, years later when they've closed. That's how you know you feel old. Like, how about this bar? Oh, no, that's gone now. How about this bar? Oh, that's gone now. Yeah, we've got a lot of those. But I'm sure new greasy spoons open in their place.
I guess,
Speaking of Charlottesville, you had to know what a Waffle House was down there.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of
that right there is like a late night.
Love the Waffle House,
Oh, that place is unbelievable.
Yeah. All right.
Talking about greasy spoon, that'll get you.
Now you get me hungry, Tommy.
I know.
All right, Scott. Should we be panicking 2 games in? Or I mean,
hey, I did check for like ligature burns. If
I gave,
jump off a chair or something.
I gave these stats to Tom. I'm not panicking, but I'd like to see something. I'd like to see Ranger Suarez.
You're not panicking. Your first question, your third word out of your mouth, though, is panic.
All right, fine. I'm panicking. Right. No, but so far the Braves, right now, I kept saying during spring training that every one of the Braves last year, it seemed like they had their career year, right? And then now they've got a new outfielder, Kelenic. Is that how you pronounce it, Kelenic? And I'm thinking, all right, they can't possibly match what they did last year. They were just – they're one of the best offenses in baseball, if not the best.
Don't forget they got Duvall back, too.
Oh, I know. So then, but in 2 games, they've scored 21 runs, had 32 hits, 10 doubles, 4 home runs.
Is that good?
Against games that were started by Nolan Wheeler.
Yeah.
Now, that's not – well, Wheeler had nothing to do with that.
Right.
We should have won that ball game.
How about that? I mean, 18 innings so far this year, and all of that damage was really done after the 6th inning of the first game.
Yeah.
So that's all in 12 innings, more or less.
And yes, and yesterday again, Tom.
Yeah. I wanted to hit. My question for you, because you go down to spring training to see that.
Yeah.
My big thing I wanted to see, we talked about it before we got off there a while ago, is I would have loved to see Wheeler one more inning.
Yeah.
It could have changed the dynamic of who faced who and that type of thing a little bit. And that comes to the point in spring training about your starters being able to throw 100 pitches coming out of spring training.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't agree with. Things are different now. I get it. But you want your guys to be able to throw 100 pitches. At least, and see that was huge in that game.
So Zach Wheeler missed, a few days, right? Because he was on paternity leave for 3 days.
Yeah.
So his first start got bumped back a little bit, but I actually looked it up because I was like, well, is this kind of a uniquely Zach Wheeler thing because he missed a start? And I looked around the league, and in the first 15 games league-wide, there were 3 pitchers who threw 90 pitches or more in their first start. So it's not a Zach Wheeler thing.
Right.
It's the trend. It's the trend.
It's a league thing now.
Yeah. I mean, I necessarily don't get it. I'm obviously more of an old school guy. I grew up watching the guys complete games all the time. But the ability to throw 100 pitches, because you can throw 100 pitches in 6 innings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it changes the dynamic of it.
Yeah.
It also changes what you do in the bullpen. You can blow a bullpen out early.
Yeah, you sure can.
It was good yesterday to see Nola fighting and staying as long as he did. It just takes pressure ultimately off your bullpen.
And what was Nola saying in the clubhouse after the game?
Look, he didn't pitch well, so there wasn't a whole lot he could say. I do think, 4 innings is not enough for him. He wants to go, 7 or 8. He's kind of wired that way, and more often than not, he's going to go 6 or 7 for sure. So, he still viewed it as a disappointment. I do think he knew he needed to kind of work some innings yesterday. The Braves got freed out of there right away, and where it would have really gotten dicey would have been if Nola had a 40-pitch inning the way Freed did in the first, because then you're like, we got to get this guy out of there. So it's interesting to me. I think a week or 2 from now, Wheeler would have come out for the 7th inning. But there's that yin and yang, right? Do you put him at risk by sending him out there for the 7th inning in Game 1 and try to just win Game 1 because it's Game 1?
And if he gets
or do
hurt,
you take the longer view?
Right.
If he gets
hurt, then there's people's jobs on the line.
Exactly.
I get that, because it's not just Wheeler. Wheeler didn't go that deep in spring. Nobody went that deep in spring. It's not. When I did, I think I threw at least 3 games in the spring with over 100 pitches before I left to come in.
How many up downs? 7 innings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Nola didn't command his curveball.
Right.
And then going back to Game 1, Alvarado didn't have his control either, which we didn't see a lot last year.
No, we didn't.
Well, you get amped. Alvarado's is a guy that can get amped up a little bit, and that can hurt him. It can hurt everybody. It's controlling that adrenaline and that emotion a little bit, and when you go ding ding, it's different than, so to speak, ding ding down in spring training a little bit.
Oh, no question. What were they saying? Late in spring, Trey Turner was telling everyone we're a 3rd deck team, right? Meaning we're not. They weren't playing great. They weren't hitting in spring training, but don't worry about us. we'll be fine once the bell rings for real, the adrenaline starts to go, and maybe it works negatively sometimes too.
Yeah, it does to me. I want to see him trend in the right direction. A little bit,
especially with all the focus that was, they talked a lot in spring training about wanting to get off to a better start, and wanting to, and now, here, you got to win today to avoid a sweep to start the year, and everyone's going to start talking about 25 and 32 last year and 22 and 29 and 22, and we know it's not the end of the world because they rallied and made the playoffs, but it's just it's a whole lot easier when you don't have to floor it for the last 4 months of the season to get in as a wild card.
Yeah, and this year too, with April being a lot of home games and against a lot of weaker opponents, this is the year you got to really. Now, if I'm going to look at a pot, glass half full, I was telling Tommy earlier that we lost to the lost 2 or 3 to the Braves in 2009 to start the season at home, and we went to the World Series. So.
True. Harper's, now I could be messing this up because the years blend together, but 2019, it was, I think, the Braves in the first series, and the Phillies either swept or took 2 out of 3, I want to say.
19, we won, yes. We won the opener at home in 2019 against Atlanta.
And I think either swept the series or took 2 out of 3, didn't make the playoffs, and the Braves won the division. So. Right. Obviously there's a long way to go and a lot of things can happen and all of that.
Unbelievable.
But you also don't want to look up on Memorial Day and be like, well, the division's gone. We're competing for the wild card now. Yeah. And that's what's happened the last 2 years, and they really would rather not repeat that.
All right, let's talk about today's game because if you look at the lineup, Harper's not in, Marsh is not in. It's a right-handed heavy lineup. We are facing Chris Sale. What have you seen from Sale? What do you expect from Sale? And then talk about the lineup that Phillies have.
So I covered Sale when he was at the peak of his peak.
He was filthy
with the Red Sox in 2016 and in 2017 for sure. His first year over there, and he's super tough on lefties. Even now, even at a little older, and has had some injury issues the last few years. It's not a comfortable at bat for a lefty to be in there, and you've got 6'6" arms and legs coming at you.
He's a praying mantis.
Yeah,
is what he is.
He absolutely is. So, I am really curious to see how he pitches this year. Can he stay healthy? How many starts can he make? Does he need a shutdown period in the middle of the season to be fresh for October? Because it does. It changes a lot of things. Don't forget, they went hard after Aaron Nola in the offseason.
Right.
Phillies re-signed him, so they pivoted and traded for Chris Sale. Chris Sale's important to them. Now, no Harper today, no Stott, no Marsh. And obviously, after Harper goes head over heels yesterday into the camera well, you're worried about that.
Yeah, I'd like to see if there's any repercussions on that.
So that was the first thought this morning. Something's wrong. He woke up I'm sure he's sore this morning, right?
Gotta be. He went hard in that thing.
Rob Thompson said the plan all along was to give him the day off today because the day off, but to not put him in the lineup today. Maybe he'll pinch hit later in the game. Number one. He didn't play a whole lot late in spring training because he had the stiff back, so they don't want to. They don't want him to. They don't want to overdo it with him. They want to make sure that they take some care of him early. Number two, it feels like a decent day to do that with Sale.
Yeah.
Maybe give him a half day or something like that. So I don't know if we'll see him later in this game today. He's supposed to play tomorrow. Didn't see him before the game. In fact, Rob Thompson, when we talked to him, hadn't seen him yet either. So they don't think he's any worse for wear than he walked out of here yesterday. But obviously, you keep your eye on it.
You look at who's not playing. I mean, one of the left.
To sit against most lefties. Maybe Sale is not most lefties. But
and you got Whit Merrifield, obviously, for that reason to expel guys in situations like this.
Is he playing second today?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Pache is playing left. He hits lefties well, so I kind of get it.
I get it. Yeah. Get everybody in there early. Get their feet wet.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want guys to sit too long without playing. So I kind of get it. you would prefer to not have to do that or to not do that when you're trying to avoid a sweep. Maybe you'd won the series by now and you decide to do that in Game 3. But, hey, look, it's sort of, like I said, it's kind of the push-pull of baseball every day. It's funny, we talk about load management in other sports. We don't talk about it as much in baseball, and in baseball it should be a bigger thing.
And 160.
I didn't know what load management was.
NBA,
I thought
right?
it was something on a semi-trailer or something like that back in the day.
NBA, you hear it all the time, right? Like, we got to manage their load. I mean, baseball you play every day for 6 months.
Yep.
And yet, when you look at a team like the Braves, where, it's notable that, like, Olsen plays 162 games a year and Riley plays 160, and you just don't see that a whole lot.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
All right, last question on the mound today for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez. What have you seen out of him this spring, and what are you expecting out of him today?
He had a great spring.
It was good to see him to have a full spring.
Yes.
I've never seen him
no
where he was
visa
here.
issues, no injuries.
No visas, no injuries.
No World Baseball Classic.
Exactly. And I thought he came in shape. I thought he looked great. It almost was too good. You were almost like, save a little of that, buddy, for when it counts. Don't leave it all down in Clearwater. And, so I think he had as good a spring as you could have. I think he's, based on that, you'd say he's primed for a big year. I think it's important to see if he can take that next step. Can he get to 170, 175, 180 in terms of an innings load? And then now you're talking here. Now you're talking
if he's
someone
doing
who's
that,
on the ascent.
because he's a pitcher, man.
Yeah, he sure is.
And he's had when he's healthy and been out there, he's had success. So it's there for the making. It's all about just keep doing what he did during the spring.
And they're going for a heavy right-handed lineup, but they got two lefties. They got Olsen and Harris are the only two lefties.
Right. So, I mean, it's he's a key. He's important, like he sort of swings the rotation, right? Like if he takes that next step, now 1, 2, and 3 are guys you feel great about, and maybe it minimizes what you might have to do come down the road at the trade deadline if Ranger Suarez is a stud.
Now, I had spoken to somebody. I know your big dogs, your Wheeler and Nola, your one. Everybody likes to classify a 1 or 2 or where at in the rotation. Now, would you want to separate those two? Yeah,
Wheeler and Nola,
and put like have righty, lefty, righty, unless that type of thing. That where people are not locking in on. Just say they're different right-handers. But I've seen. To mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
Me personally, I don't mind it as much because, like you just said, they're different right-handers. So Wheeler's going to bring more velocity. Nola's going to bring a little bit more finesse. I think they'll end up splitting up Suarez and Sanchez, the two lefties, at some point, and probably soon. They didn't intend for it to be this way. Then Taijuan Walker got hurt. They moved Sanchez up. They slid Turnbull in the 5th spot. So they're going to split Suarez
they're going to need
and
to
Sanchez.
do that. They need to do something there.
Yeah, they're going to split those guys. I don't think they're going to split Wheeler and Nola, and I don't necessarily think they have to. I think they're different enough looking from the right side that it's okay.
Yeah,
but
there's a little bit of funk with Nola.
Oh yeah.
So,
but Sanchez is going tomorrow. And Turnbull will go on Tuesday, weather permitting. So.
Yes, exactly. I hear it's going to be bad Tuesday. So.
And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the rain.
Does that mean that means a doubleheader Wednesday, right? You'd think.
But there's even 90% last time I checked. But who knows?
That's not good.
But I do know that I apologize. There's no food during your segment. Maybe I'll bring some up. Oh, you already said you ate, so we'll double up the food next time.
There you go.
He'll eat your share.
I'll be too cold up there to eat anyway. I'll be you'll have to chisel me out in order for me to eat.
All right, so Scott, I appreciate it as always coming on the show.
Of
really
course,
appreciate
anytime.
it. All right, that is the Inquirer, Scott Lauber. You're listening to the Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. We are live from the CP Ranking Club at Citizens Bank Park.
1490 WBCB and 107.3 FM W297CL Levittown.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, prove it.
At Penn Community Bank, we're in the business of building thriving communities. That means breaking down the barriers to home ownership, supporting fair, affordable access to housing from Philadelphia to the Lehigh Valley, like our Home Opportunity Mortgage that empowers eligible borrowers with no minimum credit score, no down payment, access to grant programs, and so much more. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/home for more details. Penn Community Bank. Here we grow. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. Account and feature terms, restrictions, and conditions apply.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now's the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
With over 7,200 square feet of 200 brewers in stock at all times, Pat Dion Beverages now features 5 different flavors of their favorite slushy cocktails. You can also purchase all your wine, liquor, and other fine spirits right next door. Visit us on Facebook or online at patdionbeverages.com for upcoming events and samples from your favorite brewery or local food vendor.
We now return to Citizens Bank Park for the Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene and John Brazer.
All right, we are back to the Baseball Insider Show, presented by BCWSA. We are live from the CP Ranking Club at Citizens Bank Park. I'm John Brazer, joined by Tommy Greene and our favorite guest. No offense to Scott Lauber.
Yeah, no offense, Scott, but hey, hang with him, dude.
Our next guest brings the goods.
Yeah,
and so
legit goods, man.
Last year we had, last couple of years we had Jason Firestone from Aramark come by and bring us food items. He brought over, man. Thank God Gus just gave me the 30-second warning, because I had this big rib sandwich in my mouth.
Went to war on it.
And he gave me the timing so I could actually swallow it before I could start.
Well, I'm lucky I'm able to speak right now. I've been salivating the whole time, taking a couple little forks of it. Unbelievable.
All right, Jason, I see a rib sandwich, which is spectacular.
That's unbelievable.
And our man Gus over here is chowing into the Schwarberger too. He's almost down it. That's awesome.
Hey, breathe over there, will you? You got to breathe.
All right, so talk about these two items, and let's go through all the different items now at Citizens Bank Park.
We have some great items this year. I think we really outdid ourselves. So Bull's Barbecue Rib Sandwich, we debone the rib in-house. Myers Rum Barbecue Sauce Pickle Slaw.
Oh.
It's an elevated McRib, if I dare say. So.
Hey, that's not even close. That right there is the Mac Daddy.
That's really good. I've had a couple bites, and I can't wait to the next break.
And then we got the Schwarberger 2.0. We worked with Kyle this offseason to create his favorite burger.
This is what he eats.
Yeah, so this was actually his favorite burger when he was in Chicago.
Okay.
So fried egg, crispy fried onions, special sauce, peppered bacon, American cheese on a brioche roll.
Man, I like the way he rolls.
Yeah. So he tried it, obviously.
Yes.
When he
loves this burger, and we're donating 10% to his Schwarber Neighborhood Heroes.
Great.
So great burger, great charity. What's better?
There's going to be a bunch of those.
How can you not like a fried egg on top of a cheeseburger?
Oh. Absolutely.
I mean, that's especially like brunch right now.
A day game right now, what's better than a fried egg on a burger?
Gus is almost done, too.
After a Saturday night,
right,
a late Saturday night, you come in.
A little bit of a hangover
burger. That's a good burger right there, man.
All right. I know there's more Manco and Manco locations, right?
Yeah, so we added Hall of Fame clubs, so now Hall of Fame guests can actually get at section 212 right on the first base side, and upper deck, so section 321, Manco Express location.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, then there's some bomb fries.
Yeah, so out at Coke Corner where we're serving the Schwarberger, We actually have funnel cake fries and a loaded funnel cake fry sundae with strawberry compote,
Wait.
vanilla.
I'm a diabetic here, will you?
Back up there because I know that one. It is funnel cake fries sundae.
Yes.
All right, so describe that.
So we got loaded funnel cake fries. So funnel cake fries, powdered sugar, vanilla ice cream, and a homemade strawberry compote.
So they're
on
real
top.
like French fries, but coated with.
No, they're not French fries. They're funnel cake, but in
the shape of a French fry. Okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So funnel cake, basically ice cream and strawberries.
So you can eat with a fork. You can dip it in the ice cream if you want.
Dude,
My blood sugar went up 400 points.
well, yeah. How many cardiologists say that's it? Approve that one. All
You
right.
gotta indulge yourself when you come to the
Okay,
ballpark.
I'm
right,
doing that right now. This is the way I indulge.
And then at Passenstow, you have a new bratwurst.
Yeah, bratwurst sandwich, homemade mustard,
Oh, that sounds so
beer
good.
braised onions on a Licio roll, and we got an angry Caesar salad at Passenstow too. So,
Angry?
Yeah.
Well,
angry.
okay.
Angry.
What's that? What makes it angry?
He loves spice.
So instead of croutons like a normal Caesar salad, it's got crispy chili onions on there. So
that's
yeah,
that's me.
Brings a little bit of heat on the Caesar
I
salad.
like that.
All
I
right,
like it.
so next home game, because Tommy is diabetic. Though I think the angry that you can do that one, right?
Yeah.
I think that one. If you can bring the angry one.
Absolutely.
All right, and also I love PJ Willihan's. It's my daughter's favorite restaurant. We have one right where I live. I know they've got some new items and new wing sauces, right?
Yep. Yeah. So PJ's, we're doing a CBP exclusive ballpark bomb fry, loaded fries, American cheese, boneless wings, blue cheese crumble, and diced celery with your wing sauce flavor. And then we're also doing a wing flavor of the month, just like they do in their shops.
Yeah.
First wing of the month is flaming pickleback. So if you like pickles,
I love pickles.
It's got like a hot sauce pickle brine with some dill.
I like that too. Wow.
That right there.
Right there.
The wings and that type. I'm good.
All right, now how about
a T-Rex comes out of me then?
How about if you're a vegetarian?
So we got greens and grains right above us, section 125.
That's good too.
We got a buffalo chicken ranch hoagie. Wouldn't even know it's plant-based. I'm not a vegan by any means.
Yeah.
I had this and wow, it is good.
Okay. And then speaking of hoagies, there's a hoagie company coming back here.
Yeah, so Primo Hoagies out back in the left field corner next to Federal Donuts. We have Italian and turkeys and an express, so pre-made, grab and go, get you back to the game real quick.
Yeah.
All right, now there's a couple more.
I just put on 10 pounds listening to him talk about this stuff.
And there's some new bars, and if you go to Passenstow, right? It used to be Goose Island. Now it's Kona Big Wave.
Yep. Yeah. The sign looks great. They got surfboards. It's the feeling of summer
Kona.
out there now.
Yeah.
And I just became as of 6 months ago. I think I must have had a bad experience with tequila back in college, and I never took this. And then all of a sudden I was somewhere, and someone in our group ordered a Casamigos Club with 3 limes. And I said, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll try that one. I haven't had a tequila since college. And next thing you know, well, actually, so there was a tasting down at Fitness Camp. That's what got me going, too.
Yeah.
There was a tasting
and
down
I
there.
like it, too.
High end. So then I tried it. Now it's kind of my go-to drink. And Casamigos, which is George Clooney's drink, is now there's a Casamigos bar.
Yeah, so Casamigos tequila now available at all concessions bars. And then dedicated bar out in section 113, we had their whole lineup. So we got the Reposado, the Blanco, the Mezcal. We got the whole lineup out there. So
That's
if you're a tequila
awesome stuff,
drinker,
man.
right by first base gate.
That's the way I roll. I'm tequila, lime, and go get them.
It is smooth.
It's
And
smooth.
then
I like
if you're a wine drinker, a former Phil, Mike Costanzo, who's our first pick. I think it was a second-round draft pick or a supplementary pick from Archbishop Carroll, Coastal Carolina. I just saw him last night. We had him on the show 2 years ago during the playoffs.
Yeah.
But Mike came up with a wine.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, Briganti wine. So we have them at all bars and some concessions beer portables. We got about 25 spots all through the park that are
that's
selling
awesome.
Pinot Grigio and a nice red. So if you're a wine drinker, we got you covered.
All right.
awesome.
Speaking of celebrities, we not just have George Clooney's tequila, but you also have Rob.
You say that word, you got every woman's attention in there.
yeah. Right. Everyone over 40 or 50.
You know, I don't know, them young girls like him too.
All right, maybe some younger for the younger audience. Rob McElhenney and some of his celebrity friends came up with is it a Scotch?
It's an Irish American whiskey.
Irish whiskey.
Irish whiskey.
And it's 4 walls.
4 walls.
Just speaking my language.
Yeah. So it represents the 4 walls of the bar of where they call home. So really cool partnership. Great to have all 3 of those guys in here. So that's available at all the bars you can find throughout the park too.
Man, there's some fun times at the yard.
All right. How about the one that there's a frozen lemonade, vodka lemonade, is it?
Yeah. So it's called the Fastball Freeze. It's a shape shaped like a baseball, so it almost looks like a fishbowl, but in a baseball form.
How big is that?
20 ounces.
20 ounces.
The size of my head.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a great biggin.
all different kind of frozen spiked cocktails. So out at PJ Wellhands, we got frozen Tito's and lemonade. At the Casamigos bar, section 113, we got Casamigos frozen tequila and margaritas. And then section 204, you'll find frozen Red October punch.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's that?
So that is Tito's lemonade, pomegranate, and lime juice. It's one of our fan favorites here. So
and where is that?
Out, up on the pavilion deck out in right field, section 203.
I think I'm heading over there right after the show. Wow.
Let me know if you need help getting back. I'll come get you.
Jason, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's it. But we did a lot of new items.
You might need some oxygen. That was a lot.
Hey, and I did that without notes too, by the way.
Right. Impressive.
Because I'm a big foodie, and when I heard about all these items, I'm like, wow.
Oh, you were researching in spring training. Don't get me on that. You knew everything.
I knew all that, but I didn't. But there's no notes in front of me. I did this all top of my mind.
Oh, you've been dreaming about them.
Yes. All right. So next week, or not next week, but next time we are home, we're gonna have an Angry Sal. Then you can whatever. I know if it's Gus or if it's Chris Hermer. We want to try. Throughout the year we want to try almost everything.
Yep, absolutely. I got you guys covered.
I just hope my cardiologist not listening right now.
Yeah, I got to see mine tonight. He might be all over me.
Yeah. All right, Jason, really appreciate it as always. Love it. You're listening to the Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA. We're live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park.
This is Tommy Greene from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for AutoPay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
At Penn Community Bank, our commitment to helping our customers and communities grow and thrive drives everything we do. Whether you are just starting out or setting new goals, we have the checking solutions that can flex to your needs at any life stage. And for a limited time, you can earn a $300 cash bonus for opening a qualifying new checking account with direct deposits in the first 60 days. Visit PennCommunityBank.com/cash bonus to learn more. Penn Community Bank, here we grow. Offer terms and conditions apply. Limited time offer subject to change. Ask for full details. Member FDIC.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
Energy costs are skyrocketing. Now is the time to upgrade your old heater and air conditioning systems to more efficient units to save on your utility bills. Harris Comfort can also handle all your propane needs, as well as providing sales and service on whole house generators. Harris Comfort is still family owned and has been serving our area for over 60 years, providing sales, service, installation, and peace of mind. Call 215-788-4596 or go to harriscomfort.com. Harris Comfort, still family and still local.
With over 7,200 square feet of 200 brewers in stock at all times, Pat Dion Beverages now features 5 different flavors of their favorite slushy cocktails. You can also purchase all your wine, liquor, and other fine spirits right next door. Visit us on Facebook or online at patdionbeverages.com for upcoming events and samples from your favorite brewery or local food vendor.
We now return to Citizens Bank Park for the Septa Baseball Insiders Show, presented by BCWSA. Once again, here are your hosts, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, and John Brazer.
All right, we are back to the Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Park. It is packed in here as we're getting ready for the game today. I'll give you the lineups a little later. I'm John Brazer, joined by my co-host Tommy Greene. Tommy, let me tell you about yesterday. We talked about the game, but it was pretty cool. So Jason Kelsey, everyone obviously knows Jason Kelsey, one of the biggest celebrities in Philadelphia, but also the nation because of the podcast he does with his brother.
Yeah.
I met him 3 years ago, and he's one of those guys, Tommy. Have you met him yet?
No, I have not.
He's one of those guys that, you know how when you meet somebody who's a celebrity that, or not even a celebrity, if you meet somebody and you feel like 5 minutes later that like they're your best friend.
Yeah.
You know, he has that warmth about him that
he's welcoming.
He's welcoming. He engages. He is, you know, for someone with that stature, I mean, and you can see everything he does. You know, when he, you know, goes down to Sea Isle City and, you know,
he loves it down there.
Drinking contest down there, and yeah, I mean, just so much fun. Such a great guy. So we've had him in the Fanatics skit 2 years ago on the field for the World Series. And then last year we had him with Fletcher Cox and a bunch of other guys out in the outfield, which was a lot of fun. I think he slammed a beer down there.
Shocking.
Right. So we had never a lot of people were speculating that he was going to throw out the first pitch for the opener.
Yeah.
So I told him, let's keep it quiet. And it's funny, he said something on the podcast.
Bad elbow.
He said something on the podcast before we were going to announce it, and then he wrote me back and said, sorry, I think I might have let it slip. I said, all good. And actually it worked out anyway because of the rain out, and then it ended the speculation of whether Jason was throwing the first pitch because obviously we wanted to keep a surprise that Charlie Manuel was throwing the first pitch. So worked out great. Fletcher Cox, another great guy. Absolutely great guy.
Very impressive throw by Mr. Kelsey, too.
Well, and it's funny because he, you know, we went down. We had a lot of time with the rain delay. I took him into the clubhouse. He was talking to Harper and talking to Merrifield and talking to Brandon Marsh, talking to JT. They were talking to all the different guys. They're very excited to meet him, both guys. And then I took him down in the cage, you know, where the Phillies take batting practice inside. Yeah. And the coaches are always great, and the players are always accommodating. And they went into the cage on the fake mound, and they gave pitches. And, yeah, they were good. And then Jason said, you know, I've got a lot of – because I get the tip I give, Tommy, to the celebrities. Yeah. I said, look, don't try to throw too hard. If you try to throw too hard, you're going to go into the ground. Do a nice high release point because if you go too high, you get a ooh. You go too low, you get a boo. Rather get a ooh than a boo. So just nice, easy, high release point. You're good to go. And then one of the players, forget who it was, said, hey, you know, Jason, you're going to throw like your brother, like from the mound and really hard. And all of a sudden I said, and I tell him, don't go from the mound either because the elevation messes people up.
Yeah, it's a long way too.
So all of a sudden when I heard that, I said, you know what? He's got to do it from the mound, and he's got to throw hard because his brother did it. And if he does a good pitch, his brother will say,
brother's going to wear him out.
Yeah, his brother will say, well, you didn't do it from the mound. You didn't throw hard. So he had that in his mind. He went up there, he and Fletcher, and they both threw great pitches. It was,
yes, they did. I mean, he actually had some sauce on it, too.
And, Tommy, it's funny. Afterwards, they were saying, man, and they said this, Taryn Hatcher interviewed them. They said, you know, they were really nervous. Like, they were relieved that it's over. And think about it. These guys have been on the biggest stage, Super Bowl, you know, whatever, the biggest stage ever, NFL. And you take someone out of their element that they're not used to doing.
Oh, you feel like you're out there by yourself.
You're out by yourself. You got the whole crowd. Everyone's watching you. If you mess up, you're in big trouble. It'll be shown on ESPN, much like when Travis threw it in the ground. It went viral. And you don't want to go viral after throwing the first pitch because that usually means you didn't do something.
So he's got bragging rights over his brother.
He does now. He did it, and I'm glad he went through and did it the way he wanted to do it, throw hard. So, but I can't say enough good things about those two guys, Fletcher Cox, and what storied careers. You know, the whole time in Philly for both athletes, and they can do whatever.
They went out together.
They went out together, and they can do whatever they want, just as. You know, just the way
they're loved in
Philadelphia.
And they're personable.
Yep.
You know?
And can't say enough about both guys. All right. Here's a lineup for today's game. For the Atlanta Braves, you have Acuna batting first, playing right field. Ozzie Albies batting second, switch hitter, playing second base. You got Austin Riley playing third base. You got Olson playing first base, batting fourth. You got Ozuna DHing, batting fifth. Duvall playing left field, batting sixth. Michael Harris third, batting seventh, playing center field. We have Arcia, who is batting eighth. Shortstop, and with the injury to their catcher Murphy, right?
They're giving
they brought up Trump. They have now Darno and Trump, so it's a little bit of blip into their in their lineups.
Give Darno a day game after a night game type thing.
Rest. So that is Acuna, Albies, Riley, Olson, Ozuna, Duvall, Harris, Arcia, and Trump.
That's their lineup. That's going to be their main lineup.
Pretty much, maybe the Kalenic who played really well against us. He's not in. I guess Duvall's in for him, but for the most part, it's their lineup. And then Sale, as we mentioned, last year he's getting up there in age, but still last year 6-5 with a 4.30 ERA. He still had 125 Ks.
He's still got good stuff, man.
Still has good stuff. 1.13 WHIP. He's Scott Lauber mentioned. They got him in a trade this year.
He had a good spring too. Pretty good spring.
Slotting him in, and Morton is their fourth guy, and then they've got a lot of options. Lopez and some other options as their fifth guy. So, but in his career, he is 120 and 80 with a 3.10 ERA, 1.05 WHIP, and
that's getting it done,
and
guys.
this will tell you too, 1,780 innings pitched, 2,189 strikeouts.
And a lot of swing and misses.
So averaging well over a strikeout per inning. Throws a slider, which is about 78 miles an hour, high 70s. Throws a four-seamer, mid-90s. Throws a circle change, which is usually about 87 or so, high 80s. And then he rarely throws a sinker.
Yeah.
But you're pretty much seeing a slider, four-seamer, circle change. For the Fighting Phils, you got Schwarber leading off DHing. You got Trey Turner playing shortstop. Alec Bohm batting third. First base, Real Muto batting fourth, catching. Castellanos batting fifth at right field. Merrifield, as I mentioned, Whit Merrifield is batting sixth. Second base, Sosa playing third base, batting seventh. Christian Pache is playing left field, batting eighth. And Rojas is center field. Now, as I mentioned, Suarez on the mound. He is 4-6 last year. He's 4-6 with a 4.18 ERA. Career-wise, he is 29-21, 3.41 ERA.
Yeah.
And when it's under pressure, postseason-wise, he is 3-1 with a 1.62 ERA.
He's cool as a cucumber.
One of the he reminds me of Cliff Lee on the mound as far as that aspect.
Yeah.
Very cool. He's great defensively. Ranger Suarez throws four-seamer.
Yeah.
Throws a sinker.
Yep.
Probably sinker most of any pitches.
Yeah. Great changeup.
Yep. He's got a cutter, changeup, slider. So slider very little, but for the most part, you're going to see a four-seamer, a sinker, two-seamer, a cutter, and a changeup. That is Ranger Suarez. So, Tommy, what is your prediction for today? Are we going to end this streak right now?
I think is our good chance to do that. I think today's the day we're going to get off the so to speak, slizide a little bit. Yeah.
All right, you heard it right there. And it's time now for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That's 1-866-PAY-EASY. Chris Wheeler. Zach Wheeler. That'd be something if Chris Wheeler did this.
Yeah.
Zach Wheeler, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 5 Ks, getting it done. And that was your Philly Smart Stat of the Week. Once again, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice in payroll services. Call them again at 1-866-PAY-EASY. And just a reminder, you can watch this show live at WBCBSports.com or search WBCB Sports on YouTube. And also, just got to let you know, consider a career at Septa. Septa is hiring a variety of skilled trade positions, including mechanics, electricians, plumbers, masons, painters, carpenters, welders, millwrights, and more. As a Septa employee, you'll earn competitive compensation and great benefits, including medical, dental, prescription, and a pension. Visit jobs.septa.org to apply today. That's jobs.septa.org. They also rely, Septa, on bus operators, train engineers, conductors, and again, you'll get competitive compensation, great benefits, including medical, dental, prescription, and a pension. Visit jobs.septa.org to apply today. That's jobs.septa.org. All right, Tommy, so you're predicting a win today?
Yeah, I mean, it's I'd like to see at least one out, from them today. And you got to think positive, and that's the way I'm looking at it.
All right, nice Sunday crowd
and we got to give a little love to Stott, too. Wheeler, I know he was the smart stat of the week, but, I got to give a little to Mr. Stott.
Stott definitely gets it. And all
for
fans,
the first couple games.
All fans today are getting a schedule magnet, 2024 schedule magnet. Big Sunday crowd. We near Dan Baker going right now. And Tommy, that wraps up today's Baseball Insider Show presented by BCWSA live from the CP Rankin Club at Citizens Bank Park. Thanks to my co-host Tommy Greene, our on-site engineer Gus Barber, who threw down 2 Schwarberger 2.0s.
I think he just got his color back in his face. He's breathing
again.
Good
for Gus. Back in the studio, Stephen Lawler is looking at his chops thinking, Mike, why couldn't I have one of those? Thanks to our guests today, Scott Lauber and Jason Firestone. We'll be back next Sunday at 12:30 at the Pines Tavern in Bristol, PA for the Phillies take on the Nationals. Until then, have a great week. And as the late, great Harry the K says,
we're out of here.
Phillies baseball on 1490 WBCB and 107.